Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So I'm making this video for the person that's buying this Catacomb. So I want to show them uh, some parts that may be super favorable. So I was hoping to show this to them so they could take a look and decide if they still want to get it or want to do something else. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And as you guys know, I like to always have the highest quality possible. And if not, then I want to make sure the person knows ahead of time before they get it. So if in case you haven't seen these before, if you're new to the channel, this is a catacomb I designed. And basically, it's to add to Snake Mountain. It's got a cool little bridge and a spot you can hang out some bad guys here. Lots of cool stairs for them to battle on. And it has some really cool features, which we'll be talking about as I go through this video in a few minutes. Let me go and take Skeletor and put him back in his little area there. And so let me talk to the customer that's buying this first. So normally when I glue it together, there's always a slight gap around all the stairs. You can see that slight gap here, and down here it usually gets worse. So I decided I was going to take and fill the gap in with plastic. So I went and got the regular same plastic I used to build it with. And then I took my 3D pen and decided to fill those gaps basically with the 3D pen. Now normally what I've done when I do the painted ones that I sell for painted ones is I'll take and use some sort of putty in here or something else, but I didn't want to leave putty because it's a mess, and if you don't paint over it, it just looks really bad. But I decided instead to hold on a second. So I decided instead to use the plastic, so that way I can make it look the exact same. And this has a light sanding on it too. Hey Jason, thanks for joining us. Hey Charles, thanks for being here. Hey Godzilla, thanks for being here. Hey Jamie, thanks for joining us. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened and why it looks so ugly. Ugly! Okay, so you can see here at the gaps in the biggest spots, I filled in with plastic and then sanded it down, and it does look ugly. It is just ugly. I didn't do any up here because the gaps were so small. I just left it alone. And then because I couldn't get a good solid clamp, I also had to fill in the gap right here on the leg. And again, you can see there's a slight gap here, but over here there was more of a gap after it was glued. And so I decided to fill that also in a plastic and sand it down. And as I was sanding it, I had it upside down. Oops, I'll leave that off for now, the magnetic piece. I noticed that this leg here had a little, oh, my battery died on my light. Let me swap out the battery on there. There we go. I noticed that the leg right here had a little bit of weakness in it, and so I decided to beef it up with the plastic. And again, it just ended up looking ugly. Everywhere I put these patches to try to make it better, it just kept looking uglier and uglier. It's like, no. And then another spot that I decided to beef up was this top step right here. And on this top step, it just had some spots that I just didn't like, how they just didn't feel like they were super strong to me. So I took and beefed them up too, and then sanded them down. Now it looks bad. It really does, but it's totally smooth. So if you're planning on painting it, it won't be a problem. You may have to sand it just a little bit more, but it's not much worse than the roughness we already have from the print already, from the way things are printed. So I'm hoping you're like, yeah, Todd, I can live with that. I'm going to paint over it anyway, no big deal. But if you can't, I need to know before I mail it to you, because I don't want to mail it to you, you get it in your hands, and you're like, oh, that's horrible, man. I want to mail it back. So I want to kind of cut it off at the pass. And if it's not acceptable, you and I can talk about what we can do to either make it acceptable, or I'll have to make you another one. Anyway, so and of course, I make another one, it will be more time. But I did get the magnets installed. Check that out. They came out really good. It's actually the best magnet installs I've ever done on these, because I had a lot of practice with the plastic after I did all the bondoing. And you can see the magnets are sealed inside the plastic. And then this piece just hooks on just like that. So cool. So the magnet piece came out really good. And even the gap around it is probably one of the smallest gaps I've had. If you push it up a little bit, you can just see there's like almost no gap. There still is some slight gap because there has to be when you make things. Hey, Jamie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Actually, actually, I like that look. It'd be cool if the entire staircase would look that way. Feels more organic. That's funny. Yeah, it does look more organic that way, but so I will have to find out from the person who's buying it, though. Sorry, I'm getting another battery here. So I already sent you a message on Facebook to watch this video. And just let me know on Facebook what you want to do, if you still want it or not. And there's like just some small things. Like there's an itty bitty hole here in the stairs right there. I got a little overzealous with my sanding when I was fixing the bondoing job on here. So anyway, like I said, normally when I do the painted ones, I fill it full of putty instead, but the putty just looks awful before it's painted. That's why I decided to go with the real plastic. Jamie, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right. Anyway, it was just a short video just for the guy who's buying this, and for everyone else that joined me, thanks for joining me. And besides the ugliness here and there, it came out really good. And any spots that were weak, they've now been beefed up. So yeah, again, look, it's just ugly. It's like an elephant's foot or something. Because this is the design for it to stick out here. But this is the part that I patched up on this side. And if you don't like it, please let me know. Wow, Jamie thinks it looks good too. Interesting, yeah. I was looking at it going, oh, I would not be happy if somebody sent that to me. I'd be like, what a mess. Anyway, hopefully I can make another video tonight. I'll see him. I got the new Thundercat from Targets. I bought one off eBay, and I want to compare it to the Thundercats and check out Lion-O, both the new one and the old one. Look at that. Ooh. Ugh. I love the magnet part. Now it does come off really easy. It has almost, you just drop it, it will come right off. So it's because I put plastic over it to protect it from people, getting a hold of the magnet accidentally and choking on it. But it does stay up there. All right, that's all I have for right now. So good journey, and I will wait to hear from the guy who's buying this. And I don't know if I'm going to make any more. These are such a pain to make. It took me weeks to get this one made. And I'm just like, it just takes so long to make them. And then with the ugliness, I'm like, oh. If it was a faster build, I would just go make another one and just call this a wash. But being it takes 2 rolls of plastic to make it. And, a week to print, a week to glue. It's just, well, the bridge. Let me show you the bridge too while we're at it. Here is the bridge. The bridge looks pretty good. No weirdness in the bridge. And for those that don't know, that have the catacombs already, there are 2 sides, one that's wide and one that's small. The wide side goes against the rock. The small side goes against the playset. Just like that. I've seen people put it on wrong in videos, so I just wanted to show you guys that's how it's supposed to go. All right, that is it, and good journey, you guys. Oh, look, here's my other place that I folded it all up. It's so cool how it just folds right up like that. All right, good journey, you guys. Bye now.